Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for us to watch another Marvel movie. Today we're gonna watch. I almost said Game of Thrones. Guardians of the Galaxy. They're both got Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And the tagline for this one is Puckish Rogue meets his dad, kills his dad, and watches his dad die. So, this movie was made in 2017. $200 million budget, made $863 million. The very entertaining movie. My favorite scene is gotta be Drax and Mantis, because Mantis acts the hell out of that scene. It's really good. Also, my favorite scene is Yondu's scene. My favorite scene is also Rocket's scene. My favorite scene is also Groot's scene. No. So, everyone has a really good scene in this movie. At least one, or they have a bunch of good scenes. The opener is really good. Like, the movie is awesome scene, plot, 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 final battle. That's what this movie is. It's kind of really good. It's a very entertaining movie. Like I said, like there's the very fun, entertaining movies. I mean, fun, entertaining movies, and then there's like the more serious and like you feel. It's not fun that you feel. It's like you feel like an intensity. You feel like a drama to it. You feel the feels to it. There you go. That's me using not enough language. So there's just different movies that Marvel can make, and they're pretty good. And it's always weird to put them all on one list because of that, but we're gonna see where this one goes. I like it a lot. For some people, this is better than the first one. Some people, it's just as good or almost as good. I don't know for me, so we'll see how I feel after this one, because I like it a lot, but I like the first one a lot too. But as far as sequels go, I think this is a really, really good sequel. It's a really good follow-up to the first movie, because it builds on the characters from the first movie very well, pushes them further on their journeys, and it's just really good. The Stanley cameo, I remember this one is the best one I talk about all the time, because what it confirms and also what it does, and just how funny Stanley is in it. I like it a lot. The villain, it's crazy because the villain is another amazing actor, but he gets to play with this one, so he's a pretty good villain in his own right. But is he a memorable villain? I guess not, since the problem is a lot of villains are one and done. That's what makes it hard for a lot of the villains to be really great. Is they're mostly one and dones, besides like Loki, who's around for a long time. And then Thanos is really good because he's the main character of Infinity War. That's what helps him out. It's his origin story, but not really. It's his hero's journey, not origin story. That's the right way to put it. Well, this villain is good because it's acted so well, but they're just gone after this one. Anything else? I don't think anything with the Infinity Stones is in this, huh? Yeah, there's no Infinity Stone in this. This is just the Infinity Stones they're getting there, they're ramping up, but then this movie's like a vacation from that. Oh, there's that, I suppose. Yeah, there's that. That I guess we'll mention that after we see the movie, because I guess that's a spoil if anyone's actually watching this with us that hasn't seen this movie. And the tagline doesn't spoil anything. Maybe. It's a good movie. Like, James Gunn makes really good scenes. I am very curious how Suicide Squad is going to be, and then the third Guardians of the Galaxy. How that's going to go. It's going to be very interesting. But let's get going with the movie. So, see what everyone thinks before and after. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. So, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Damn, Yondu's great. Okay, so best scene of the movie. That's Jinx's favorite. Is Mary Poppins. It's just too many good scenes. Like Yondu killing all his men is amazing. Rocket when he's taking on Yondu's men is amazing. Groot when he's when he's trying to get the fin. He's like, please tell me you have a fridge with just human toes in there? No. Let's just pretend this didn't happen. And just Groot putting the thing on his head, and he's like, Groot doesn't like hats, doesn't like them on anybody, because you think they have this one-shaped head, but they don't. He's like, wait, that's why you don't like guys with hats? People with hats? Like, oh my god. Gamora's fight with Nebula is amazing. Like, you just get to see how strong she is. And also when they're getting away from the clone people, not the clone people, the genetic people, the gold people, and Drax is just hanging off the back. You get to see how good a shot he is for one, but also how tough he is taking all those trees and everything, and how strong Gamora is holding him there without him falling out of the ship and dying too. Like, Quill scenes are pretty good. Like, dude's acting. Everyone acts the hell out of this movie. Really good acting. I said before, like, my favorite scene is Drax and Mantis. When Mantis just shows so much emotion, trying to show the sadness that Drax has inside. It's like, holy crap. It's just so many good stuff. And then the opener is amazing. The opener is incredible. Uh, it's just really good. It's a really good movie. So many good scenes to it. It's a very fun movie. I think where maybe Guardians is better is that I think it's just better, maybe balanced or paced. I don't know if this is the right word. Is that you have a lot of rise. It's a very much a roller coaster. Is the second movie? It's a lot of rise and fall. A lot of that. Well, I feel like Guardians 1 is more of a steady road. So I don't know. They're just both really good movies. There are people who think Guardians 1 was terrible, and they are wrong. They're very wrong. Like, wow, okay, yeah, okay, that's no, no. They're good movies. They're really good movies. They're well made. They're very well directed. Great actors. James Gunn is incredible with these scenes. Just holy crap. I feel like it was like I have a great idea for a scene, and it was just that over and over and over again. Just there's just really good scenes in here, and then there's just plot happening, and the people they act so well that it really pushes it forward pretty well. I just the more I watch this movie, like the better it is. Because you notice more and more. Like that's the thing. The more you watch a movie, it either makes it worse or better. And it's a movie that gets better every time I watch it. And same thing goes for Guardians 1. I like them both a lot. And yeah, they're just really good. Jinx finally has a favorite Guardian, which is God, Kraglin's good. Kraglin's freaking post-credit scene is amazing. What's great about Kraglin is he's used in small bits throughout the movie, and he's really good in all those small bits. Like, and he does a pretty good job acting. And here's the thing, that's James Gunn's brother. That's the trip. Kraglin is James Gunn's brother. He's like, hey, just gives him a random tertiary character, and he does it pretty well. Like him with Nebula is amazing. When he's like, "So, what are you gonna do with your share?" And she's like, and then she just goes super, super serious edgelord level Nebula, and he's like, "Yeah, I just thought maybe just want a hat, or some jewelry. Just go make the other girls go ooh." It's like, oh my god, like that's great. And when he's just on the ship singing about soup, and he's like, Captain, I just one day he actually gets hold of me. He's like, remember those guys who hired us to get Peter and them? Uh, just God, so good. And then the final scene with him with the freaking arrow. He's just learning the arrow, and just stabs freaking Drax, and he's like, and just gets out of there. Or the funeral, the final scene of the movie with the freaking funeral, which is so well done. Oh my god! But Kraglin's scene there, like he does a good job of just showing emotion on his face and his reaction to it. It's just so good, just real good acting out of that guy. And just the funeral scene's pretty strong. It's pretty good, and the last shot being Rocket, like it's just well done. Just James Gunn's really good with the camera. It's amazing. Kraglin's a good favorite. Kraglin is a very good favorite. Like I like Gamora a lot, and what's funny with Gamora is they're like Guardians 3, like Guardians 2 is Peter's story, and it very much is. Peter, because he's got some interesting scenes going on with him. My favorite thing's Pac-Man Peter. That is my favorite part. And Jinx brings up, like, the best line from Peter is, I'm gonna make some weird shit. It's just, when he learns he can make stuff, it's just, wow. I'm really hoping, like, a plot point happens where he just finds one of Ego's flowers and he's able to have a little bit of the power or something. Just because, like, damn, he had, like, godly powers, now it's gone. Like, I want to see him have some celestial power, but who knows if we will see that. Some Easter eggs, just real quick, like, Peter's grandfather is in this movie. Like, you don't see him much, but he's actually in the little bit of scenes of Earth trying to survive Ego. His grandfather's there. And he's also in the end credits scene. And the Grandmaster's in the end credits, which, interesting connection considering Thor Ragnarok is a very Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like, basically, they've made the space movies this certain style with James Gunn and Taika Waititi, that guy with the voice of Korg. Watiki? Yeah, Taika Watiki. Like they're both like they have similar styles, but they're also very different. And that's why he was the person people really wanted to take over for Guardians 3 because like yeah, his style is very similar. But Taika's like, yeah, it's similar. It may be similar, but it's not the same style. It's his style, and he should be doing his own movie. And I think him saying that might have been the last nail in making Disney go, okay, we'll bring back James Gunn. Because no one else was going to touch that movie. And make good money. Makes good money. Like, I'm gushing about it a lot. There were a lot of great scenes, a lot of enjoyable scenes. I liked one a lot too, so it's a hard debate. I'm still debating in my head which one wins. Like, which is a weird thing. Like, these are good movies. Looking at the list and the rankings, I figured I would have had Civil War higher and Guardians lower. And yet I have Guardians at number 2. Where do I put Guardians 2? Like it's the battle between again like the very fun movies and just the really good movies. Like the very it's I can't find the right word for it. Like you have the fun, entertaining movies here, and then you have the what Winter Soldier is, what more Captain America is, in Civil War. Like the more serious ones, but I don't know what the right word for that is. But they're just also really good. There's a reason why Winter Soldier is considered a very good movie. Why Infinity War, which is a very much more somber movie, is most likely to be number 1 for me because it's just a really good story. It's done so well. There's humor in it, but it's not a fun ride necessarily. It's just it's a journey. Um but where does this one rank? I don't know if it's better than Guardians 1. I really like Guardians 1 as well. It's the best sequel of them all so far, for sure. Like we get more Drax, we get more of everybody. We get to see them grow and their arcs are continuing forward. And then their arcs continue forward into Infinity War, at least more Gamora than anyone else. Gamora's arc really continues forward. Rockets does a little bit, Groot's does, Peter's not so much. Like Peter's doesn't really go forward, Drax doesn't. Well, Peter and Gamora's goes forward a bit, but Groot more ages than anything because he's growing up. And oh, Mantis is just there, and Kraglin's not there for some reason. Why isn't Kraglin there? Yeah, Kraglin's somewhere else, having soup. Uh, I want to believe Hawkeye would be amazing with Yondu's arrow. Unless you find out or they just have like an Easter egg joke of just Hawkeye's like, yeah, I can't whistle for crap. Just have some random moment. He's like, you can't whistle? No, I can't whistle. Not even mentioning the arrow, just like that's just a throwaway line at some point, just like for anyone who was thinking about that. Oh, and Stan Lee's cameo, favorite cameo is just him and the Watchers. And it's like it's either he's a Watcher or he serves the Watchers, and that's it. And just good scene. It's a good scene. I like the scene. It's a fun scene. Like before I was rudely interrupted, I was a FedEx guy. I was enjoying a book when these guys crashed into the bus. I had this drink and it got me sick. I was like, what are these stories, Stanley? Alright, where's Jinx ranking it first? Alright, so Jinx is putting it above Guardians, below Civil War. So Winter Soldier, Avengers, Avengers 2, Civil War, Guardians 2, and then Guardians, and then the rest from there. For me, honestly, anyone saying Scribe doesn't have taste because of the way his list works, he's like, yeah, I like them all. It's just where do they rank up in this whole thing? Yeah, 2 hits the emotions so well. That puts it over top. Guardians is second place. Guardians in second place, right under Avengers, right above Guardians. And then it's Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers 2, Ant-Man, and so on. So there you go. Number 2. Number 2 is number 2. Good movie. I can't wait to see what the third movie will be. I also can't wait to see what Suicide Squad is going to be under James Gunn. I'm curious about that one. It's not going to be the same thing, obviously, because those are actual villains. These are a-holes. Guardians of the Galaxy are a-holes who are well-meaning. Suicide Squad are a-holes who don't care. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. People like villains, but I don't know. We'll see how that works out. And then we'll see Guardians 3 out of James Gunn. I'm also curious about, I think it's called Burn Bright, where he's making What If Superman Was Evil? So James Gunn has a lot of movies on his plate, and he's just making all these movies. Good for him. I mentioned last time that James Gunn was the one who wrote the Scooby-Doo movies, wasn't he? Yeah, James Gunn wrote the Scooby-Doo movies. From that to here. Hey, that right there. That right there. Anyone can do anything. There you go. You can go from Scooby-Doo to Guardians of the Galaxy. So the sky's the limit. Even if you miss, there's more sky. It's space. What the hell? Okay, so that is us talking about this movie. Look how long it is. Yeah, I really like this one. Up next is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh, snap. That's going to be a good one. Then it's Thor 3, Black Panther, and Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Captain Marvel. Just a really good streak coming up. These are all good movies. Can't wait. Damn, like, it's a good stretch. They got a lot of, like, they got all the kinks out pretty early, and then it's just been bam. Just nothing but good. I don't have complaints at all. Like, woof. But that right there is us talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2 is what it's called. So, I have fun talking with you, fun watching and listening, and that's what's up, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.